Hey, what's slicing everybody? Chris back with CAC Knives here with a very, very exciting knife unboxing here for you today. Before we get into it, if you could help the channel out by liking this video and subscribing if you really like crazy knife content, I would very much appreciate it. But here today, we have something that has sold out twice. And I didn't know about it, but I actually seen one on Blade Binge at the right moment, at the right time. Got a crazy good deal, probably the best deal I've ever gotten on a knife that I own. And I'm very excited to get into this. Not only is this a pretty rare knife, honestly, to own. I don't know how many of these exist. I definitely, I think it's around 500 if you count all the variations of this knife exist. It might be a little more. I could be wrong on that, but could be a little less too. They've done 2 runs of this. This is the second run, the 1.5, so the improved version. What this is the Fireball 1.5, like I said, and black pearl carbon fiber, which I do not own. It is a type of camo carbon. In the review, I will show other versions of camo carbon beside it, but it's a very unique, only black camo carbon, which looks super cool. But this has the satin blade. This is a collaboration between Staza and Devo knives. And yes, I am very, very excited to get into this. I have some extra tricks up my sleeve for this one as well. A lot of knives offer one ZIRCUTI kit. Okay, it's not on the top there. He said he had everything with it still, so clearly he does. We got the pouch. We got, you see the, what are those called when they're not just backspacer, like back stamps or something? They're called something in particular, but you see it's taken off there. There's a reason for that, okay? And you see all the rest of the hardware is also taken off of there. There's a reason for that, okay? Yeah, wow. And I am so excited to see this. Oh man, look at this. Oh man, what a pretty knife. We haven't even hit it with the Windex yet. Oh, look at that. Look at that ZIRCUTI. Oh my gosh, look at the ZIRCUTI on the back stamp. Yeah, so if you can't tell, in most people's heads, wow, what a pretty knife. Oh, and what a nice access to the liner. Wow, what a nice access. Super smooth. Wow. Yeah, this is great. Super great. All right, let's Windex this up, and while I'm Windexing this up, I'm going to talk about it for you. What we have here is that black pearl camo carbon, like I said. We have that. We have 2 ZIRCUTI kits. This knife actually has 2 separate kits. As far as I understand, the back stamp was its own kit, which makes sense. This is a big chunk of ZIRCUTI on the back of this knife, okay? So that honestly makes a whole lot of sense. And then we had a kit that included the pivots, and it included the pocket clip as well. Forgive me, it's kind of hard to get this one fully cleaned off here. Let me do that off camera real quick, because I'm trying not to touch any of the ZIRCUTI while I clean it, and there's so much ZIRCUTI spread out on this knife that it's kind of difficult to do. I'm not gonna lie. This knife has a lot of very unique features to it that I absolutely loved, and had I known this was going to be a thing, I would have bought them. The ZIRCUTI is exceptionally rare because only 15 of each kit was made, as far as I understand. Now, the pivot colors for this knife are this weird shaped triangle that looks very cool. I'm going to try to get every light angle I possibly can so you guys can see how good the ZIRCUTI looks with the camo carbon. Here's the back. May have already touched it a little bit with my fingers, but I feel like my lighting is not going to do this knife full justice, but I'm gonna do my best. Now this is interesting. The ZIRCUTI that was used for the clip in this pivot color seemed to be different ZIRCUTI than what was used for the back stamp there and for this pivot color. How strange. How strange. I've never seen that before, two different ZIRCUTIs on the same knife. Basically what I mean by different ZIRCUTI, this one seems to be anodized at a different frequency and has a different ratio of zirconium and titanium as well, and it seems like layers in it or anodized different colors. It's very, very interesting. I'm honestly not even sure if I've seen ZIRCUTI like this back stamp. This is pretty common, this ZIRCUTI here on the clip. This is about what you see from a lot of companies there. Yeah, it's pretty standard. The clip actually has a lot of zirconium in it, which is why you're seeing a lot of black. The black is zirconium. And then the color, of course, is titanium. It's more of a matte finish, the clip, and this oh boy, this pivot ring. They're more of a matte finish, where the back and the crazy triangle pivot ring are like a colored finish. And then there's kind of some weird colorations going on in the zirconium there that I have seen before on other knives. And you can only kind of get that weird coloration on the zirconium. But I don't know if I've ever seen it in person, but now seeing it in person looks pretty cool. Gosh, what a cool looking knife, right? I can't be the only one that's thinking this. Now, like I said, you can get some of these on eBay. I have seen them on eBay. None with the ZIRCUTI, though. The ZIRCUTI is incredibly rare, and that makes this probably one of the rarest knives in my collection, if not the rarest, because like I said, there's only 15 in existence that can have either one of the ZIRCUTIs. And if somebody bought one and didn't buy the other, that means there's one less that has the full ZIRCUTI build. And honestly, I looked at all the other versions of this knife, and just having the black pearl camo carbon with the Zirc, I think looks the best, because they have some colored ZIRCUTI, or sorry, some colored camo carbons. You know, purple would have probably been okay, judging by how the ZIRCUTI looks. There's a lot of purple on it, or dark blue. I'm kind of colorblind to light colors, but dark blue or purple probably would have been okay, but I think it looks better with the black camo carbon. And I don't have any just regular black camo carbon, and I will say it looks pretty cool the way the light kind of goes against each other. And the carbon fiber here looks really cool when you sway it all around in the light. Let me get it in different lightings here so you guys can see it. But yeah, super cool knife. It's in S90V. I saw it stamped there a little bit ago. So super steel, right? Now let's talk price, because I know people are going to be curious. So I bought this for $300, okay? Said and done. $300 to my door. That's crazy good value, okay? And the reason that is because I'm seeing this with the original hardware, which is this satin colored hardware, satin clip and everything. I'm seeing this sold with, you know, the regular back stamp. I think this was just titanium. I'm seeing this sold on eBay for almost $400. Is the cheapest one that I found of this without the ZIRCUTI. So the fact that he sold it for $300 on Bladevenge means he took a hit. I think he easily could have got minimum $400 for this and sold it pretty quick, because I guarantee if those knives on eBay had the ZIRCUTI kits with them, they would sell faster, just considering how rare the ZIRCUTI is for these knives. Now, Devo Knives is a company I always wanted a knife from, but it was kind of hard to get. They sell out incredibly fast, and getting the version that you want can be hard to do. Blade Bench sells exclusive versions of Devo knives with the weird camo carbon color that they use. It's kind of like dark military green colorway, and those sell out pretty fast as well. But in terms of this one goes, the original cost of this with the 2 ZIRCUTI kits, I would say was about $400. If you posted it online, the value of this knife is probably now at least $500 with both ZIRCUTI kits, minimum, just because of the rarity and everything. So yeah, I would say I got this knife for, at the bare minimum, $100 cheaper than what it should have been. But more than likely, how people buy them and stuff, I probably got this knife for $150 to $200 cheaper than what I should have. And that's one of the reasons I bit the bullet. Plus, I just really love it. It's so unique. This ZIRCUTI is so unique. The fact that it has 2 different kinds of ZIRCUTI is so unique. Plus, the knife is really nice. Like, really good build overall. Really good size, really good weight. This knife doesn't weigh nothing at all. I'm pretty excited to do the review on this one, actually. Because I'm not really seeing any flaws. I'm not going to lie. This may be what I consider a perfect knife in all regards. The original price without the ZIRCUTI was $220, I think. And with S90V, you got to pay 2 American companies that both designers, you know, Stasa 23 and Devo Knives. Devo Knives is an American company. So you got to pay them. The OEM, which is Kubi, I believe, has to make money. $220 is a pretty fair price. Full camo plus titanium, unique, you know, pivot color, unique back strap. So there's a lot of uniqueness going on here on this knife that's not found on other knives. And uniqueness costs money. I want to make that very clear. The more steps you take, the more money it costs. Plus, you know, I just noticed this kind of, I don't want to say hexagonal pattern, but that's kind of what it reminds me of. The hole here, cutout on the blade, is very different from what other knives are. Here I just happen to have this Demco. See how this one's round? Most, you know, cutouts in blades are round, okay? This one isn't. It's kind of got a, like, weird points to it on both ends. But, yeah, wow. Anyway, look at me talking almost 13 minutes about this knife in an unboxing, but that just goes to show how much I like this knife, I suppose. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I'll do the review for it eventually. I do a lot of knife reviews, but it'll get done at some point. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.